Well, so welcome back, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build an actual store, and I'm going to be showing you an example of my store. I'm going to be building some stuff here and there. You are not going to see any POD products here, but I'm going to be showing you how to actually build the shop and how Shop Builder on Sellfy actually looks. So in order to access the Sellfy store, just go to the bonus lecture. We're going to have a link there, and you're going to have all the offers right there. But know that we're building the Sellfy store for absolutely free. And when you go to sellfy.com, you're going to see a start 14-day free trial. Don't worry about that, because Sellfy has a paid tiers as well. I'm going to actually be showing you the pricing for you to be easily understandable. And as you can see that we actually have a free tier, and free tier is made for POD products. You can sell print on demand products, as you can see right here. And all the paid plans that you're going to see is if you want to scale a bit further and start selling digital products and things like that, actually use the paid tier for selling my digital products, which is an insanely great thing. And plus, in order to have an access to the things like the product upselling, the cart abandonments and things like that we're going to be talking in one of the future lectures, you actually need a paid tier. But at first, you can start with the free tier. But by the way, when you press start 14-day trial, you will be actually given a free business plan for 14 days, basically this one. This is the same thing that I myself actually use. And so you will be able to test all of the things, product upselling, cart abandonments, things like that. And you can actually understand whether you yourself will need it yet, or whether you want to just continue with a free tier or not. So just know that you will have this ability. And remember, if you want just POD, you can continue with a free tier. There will be no problem. You will be charged only when someone will order the goods. And remember, when I explained how the POD works, this is exactly how you will be charged there. So I'm not gonna show you, of course, a lot of my things and my analytics. You don't need that. And yeah, but by the way, I need have a last year of the Sellfy. I think I need to update that. And basically, if you want to visit your store, you're going to press right here, view my store, and I'm going to show you how actually my store looks like. It's a pretty rudimentary. I actually sell a few of my YouTube thumbnail templates. It's pretty rudimentary, and this is how the store will actually look like. There is not much here because you don't need to overcrowd your store with the things that you actually don't need. And I'm going to show you how the product page will actually look like, just to give you an example to understanding how it will look like for yourself. Basically, when you upload your design, it will be here. It's all the designs, all the things that you will see, the pictures and things like that. And the pricing will be here. And this is basically how your store will look like. So you know what? Let's go and customize our store. In order to get that, you need to go to store settings when you will actually create your store, and then customize the store. And this is how the store customizer will look like. Don't worry, the thing that I'm actually covering with my head is only the publish button and view your store and the help. That's the only things that I'm covering, and you can actually see how the store will look like on desktop and on mobile as well by clicking this button right here. So on the left side, you will actually see the customizer itself and all the additional things and menu buttons that you want to access and change. And this is where actually you'll be building everything that you need. For example, in a category, you can set up different categories and change the category names. And at home, basically, you can set up all the blocks. And it is extremely simple, drag and drop design, very easy. As you can see, when I select this, when I hover on, you see this dotted line. It says it's basically selected, and when you select it, it basically allows you to customize it again, like change the size of the block, make it smaller or larger. You can set up the background. This background image is basically uploaded by me, and I can actually change the image position. I really don't need that because it's the same image all over, but you can actually set up background color if you want, or you can add an overlay if you want, or maybe you don't want. You can actually change the content alignment where you want to see your text. This one looks okay, but I think the text on the right side will look okay as well. Let's see how it will look like on mobile. You know what? Let's leave it on center. It looks pretty okay. You can change the title text. You can change the title font size right here. You can change the title font itself. You can change the colors and try to make it look as good as possible. And I suggest you to work on contrasting colors. Please don't try to make it any more complicated than it needs to be. You're not building an Amazon. You're not building an eBay store. You don't need way too many products all over the place. You need to have like very clean and straight to the point store. So don't worry about overcomplicating things. Selfie is actually giving you more that you need for your own website. And you can even add a button from here. Like for example, in my case, this button actually takes to my YouTube channel, and you can actually change the button link. And as you can see, you can just adjust the link, or you can change the link type. You can just take the product. Maybe you want to do a featured product, or maybe you want to do just a regular store page or category. You can choose however you want. You can change even button position. As you can see, the button just moved right here. I don't want to do this way. I will just use it like that. But the key point here is that you can set up every single element. And let's say that if you want to add some elements, let's go back to navigation. You can add a module right here, press, and as you can see, you can add a hero block, which is this one is actually a hero block. Text panel, maybe you want to explain some of more things, and I think I need to do more text explanations here in my store. You can adjust a newsletter form, and you know what, let's just add a newsletter form right here. Okay, I'm gonna press, it's clicked it. I'm gonna press plus, and as you can see, we have a newsletter form, and it looks okay, but it does not look that great. I will need to change that. Let's make it a bit smaller. I don't need that to be that large. Change the background, and everything else will work in a similar way. Let's choose the similar background that I have on the other parts of an image, and let's add a dark overlay, and let's change. We're gonna do repeated pattern. You know what, don't do repeated pattern, make it a bit different. And as you can see, because of the contrasting colors, it does not look that great, and I'm going to change the text color to pure white, and it will look much better. And you can adjust the description of a text right here, and adjust whatever the text you want. And what I think I could change this a little bit more. I don't want a dark overlay, it does not look that great. I want to just a bit brighter overlay to make it a bit clearly separated from everything else. I don't like how footer will look like. I can change it to M, and yes, this will look much better. S is, you know what, S is pretty good as well. And I can even delete the selfie branding if I want, but you know what, I do not want that. Let's let everybody see that it's actually a selfie. And it's the same for everything. For people who want to understand how actually checkout will look like, you can even customize to a certain degree a checkout as well. You cannot change everything, but you can customize some of the stuff here as well. This is how checkout will actually look like. If people would choose to buy a product, this is what they will see. And because I only have a PayPal edit here, I don't have an access to Stripe, and I'm not using Stripe. You will see only PayPal or credit card right here again. If you have Stripe, you can use Stripe instead, so it will not be a problem. And you can actually adjust the checkout. You can press the checkout just to adjust some of the settings. You cannot adjust a lot of different settings, but you can adjust some of them. You can actually change the container background if you want, and like make, let's say, red, for example. But yeah, it does not look that great. Let's make it back to the white. You can actually show the container if you want, just this way, or just make actually show, because you will need to make it look a bit better. You can adjust the text colors and things like that. You can enable B2B checkouts, and as you can see, for this, like this one, it will automatically uncheck the newsletter subscription, or if I dislike this one, to like just make disappear the B2B sales. And mandatory terms and condition agreement, it's better to have it here. It will save you a lot of problems. And you can actually adjust different things. For example, let's add a image background here as well. Let's see how it actually will look like, just to test. And as you can see, it did the same thing back here. You know what, just delete dark overlay, we don't need that. And yep, as you can see, it looks much better. Let's go back from the checkout. You can actually see the purchase information. You can actually adjust that one as well. This is how it actually looks like when people will actually go through the purchase. Let's press and adjust the background, and we'll do the same background here as well, because I want the same similar thing. You know what, let's use this one instead. Don't go way overboard. It looks pretty good. I like it a lot. It's a very simple gradient on the background, and the key here is simplicity. If you know how to drag and drop mouse, and if you know where to press, you don't even need to know where to press. If you just press it, it's gonna be as simple as possible. I'm gonna just make this text white. You know what, the text, it changed different text right here. And you know what, I think we screwed up something here, but you know what, I'm pretty sure. Control Z that one. Yep, we controlled it. Control Shift Z, get a bit forward. Yep, let's get background. Just make sure that we'll have make sure that you can just Control Z if something will go wrong. Yeah, we need title color, not the text color. Yes, that's the one. Okay, We can go back now. And as you can see, these smaller things, you can add an entire new page if you want. At the moment, we have like home page, product page, category page, checkout, and purchase information page. You can add an entire page if you want, and it will be just separate page. You can add whatever the things that you want. I don't need that, and I just need to delete that. And that is as simple as possible. And at the end, just make sure that everything looks good in this mobile view as well. Make sure that it looks okay. And yeah, it actually looks pretty fine. I like how it looks like. And all that I need to do is press publish. And yep, store is published. As simple as it can possibly get. Very simple, very easy thing to do. And you can also adjust the general settings here as well. You can see a bunch of additional settings, store name and logo. This is how it actually look like. As you can see, the store name, I don't know if you can see it on the top. Yes, that's where my store name actually, store logo actually will look like. And this is actually shows you how it looks like in a tab. You can actually adjust the width of a store if you want this to be a bit larger for the larger screens. 960 is actually good enough. You can adjust the shopping cart if you want. Right here, you can adjust the store search or even a hide powered by Selfie. This will be for the paid options. It will not be for everyone. And you can actually show and hide breadcrumbs if you want. Breadcrumbs basically shows you exactly where it goes. And you can adjust the corner radius for the text, or you can just add a button outline if you want to do that. You can adjust the typographies, and you can even ingest a custom code as well if you wish to do so. Maybe you want to add pixel, things like that, or even though Selfie is actually allowing you to add pixel regardless of whatever you will do here. So the key point here is that just make your store. Press publish now. The key point here that it is easy to adjust the store. It's easy to build a store. Just make it look as good as possible. Only thing that you will actually need to build are actually two things. In my case, I did three, but it's a background here. As you can see, this background, this squared background, this is what I actually built in Affinity Photo. Actually, I have it open right here. You can actually see it right here. It's very simple, very straightforward, very beautiful. And another thing that you will do is actually a logo. That's an only thing that you'll need. And you can simply build this in Canva. Very simple and very easy thing to do. And the other thing that you need to do is actually add a payment settings. I'm not going to show it to you right now because it has my payment settings filled out. You can just basically connect the Stripe and connect PayPal. That's all the things there is right there for people to pay you. You can adjust taxes if you want, and emails settings and things like that we will gonna talk about in one of the future lectures. So this is basically all about the store building. Again, it's very simple, very straightforward. And in the next lectures, we're gonna actually start talking about design ideas and what you actually need to put here in order to actually start succeeding. So I'm gonna see you in the next lecture. See ya.